Today's episode is brought to you in partnership with Sourcefin. Okay, Sharp, before we kick it off, let me put you on game real quick. Joe, you know that feeling where you have a big deal lined up, Mara, you have a money problem? Relax. Sourcefin has your back. Whether it's a tender, purchase order, or you're waiting for an invoice to pay out, Sourcefin works with SMMEs and can have you covered in 48 hours. So relax, send a description here episode 2, tap a link and apply now.
And what worries me about Kaizer Chiefs, because I don't think the Kaizer Chiefs management is doing such a bad job. Because we're looking after the fact. We keep saying they're not signing good players. But the reality is players arrive at Chiefs at a certain level, but they don't progress.
They started the season very well, in my opinion. Losing against this Kukune wasn't a big hoo-ha. I'm not expecting Kaizer Chiefs to win every football game. Imagine the Kaizer Chiefs and number 10 of Mpho Vilakazi with Duo on the left, Lep on the right, Khanyisa Mayo up top, Thabo Mphelo, and they bring in Touch Mabaso, Tulani Mabaso, development player left footer. They bring in that boy into midfield next to Thabo Mphelo. They've got Russian Tutu, gives them the balance of the left footer. They've got Miguel. Okay, even though I just feel like I said he's impressed me this season, but I think they can. I think we've seen some incredible centre backs in this country. We do, for sure. There are 1,000. You counted them, so they are there. But right back, I think they've got Umonyane in that space. I like him a lot. And then left back, I think they can always find solutions there. It's not a bad team.
Guys, I'm going to move on. Biggest team in the country. Mighty Amakhosi Kaizer Chiefs. I remember the previous episode we were waxing lyrical, Naturena Stadium ka Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just, and that's literally because Chiefs is doing well. That's what happens, right? I mean, since then, it's been a bit trickier, if I can put it like that. Obviously, I don't know what's going on with the coach. Yeah, but he's not there anymore, 100%. Guys, how do we see Kaizer Chiefs season from the start? They won some games in the beginning of the season. Some of them were tight, and some people were saying, you're lucky, whatever it is. Like, what's changed? Is it the same Kaizer Chiefs that was playing the first 5 games of the season? Since then, obviously, the results haven't been going their way fully. Fans are starting to get a little bit frustrated. So what's changed with the Kaizer Chiefs situation? Is it something tactically that's going on the pitch? Have they been figured out? So I think let me start with you and then Pep Kenya something.
I'm trying to be brief because there's so much you can say about Chiefs. I think with Chiefs, firstly, I think there has been an improvement, But I think for me, what's missing is, and maybe Lindo can help us, I still can't tell you the Chiefs get team guys. I genuinely don't know. I can't say to you, like Sundowns, even when they're not playing well, you can see they are trying to play a certain way. It may not work. It may not be pretty sometimes, I span it, but you know what they're trying to do. You know what Pirates want to do, right? Firstly, the first thing is I still don't understand exactly what Chiefs want to do, and maybe you get it. Right? Sometimes they look like a team that wants to play on transition. Sometimes I'm not sure, right? But secondly, for me, the most important thing, I think Chiefs, for me, I think they still don't have a strong enough team in terms of playing personnel. They've made some signings; it's getting there, and I think maybe they can get a top 5 finish this season. But I still think for us to see the real Kaizer Chiefs, they probably still need 1 or 2 transfer windows and use them very well. But yeah, that's my, I don't know what you think.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
I can choose to be negative, but I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not the space as well.
Yeah.
Let me choose to be positive, actually. And I'm not choosing to because I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's a feeling that I have because sometimes I really need to trust my instinct with these things sometimes because I really genuinely am about the person who feels the game. I want to feel the game. And this is where I want to take this, right? When I watch Kaizer Chiefs, I see progression. There's an evolution that still needs to happen at Kaizer Chiefs. There's a player evolution that still needs to happen. There's a tactical evolution that still needs to happen. But I can see the progression and I can see the improvement. And let me tell you why. Kaizer Chiefs are in a space now, and you choose as a person how to see Kaizer Chiefs. I see Kaizer Chiefs from what they're trying to do as a transition-based team.
Okay.
Because of the type and the profile of players that they've brought in as a football club. I think they've communicated that with how they might not come to the media and say that, but the type of players, the game model that they're bringing, the profile of coaches that they're bringing. When you start bringing a North African, you're already saying to yourself, we are going to play percentage football.
Yes.
We might not be interested in dominating, but we might be interested in picking our moments in certain matches, right? Efficiency is the word.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the profile of players at Kaizer Chiefs, I'm seeing Mabue's progression. I'm seeing Dutle's progression. I think they generally do need a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Even though I think Peterson has done well. I feel like also the current technical team is probably not playing certain players in their strongest positions. I genuinely don't believe Umdu is a number 10. When you profile Umdu as a football player, incredible attitude, works very hard. I see Makijima sometimes he in the morning. So very disciplined in terms of training, train up like that. I see the effort from the boy. But when you profile him as a football player, he's got speed. He likes playing behind, right? He likes combination play. He likes to take on a man. He likes taking shots outside the box. What is that profile? Are we not talking of a winger?
Yeah.
Is that not a winger?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
So for me, I'm looking at Uvilagazi as well. I felt like that's why I'm saying there's a tactic, there's an evolution that needs to happen there. And players like Thabo Mphelo need to evolve. I understand understanding what the club needs from them. The type of midfielders they have at Kaizer Chiefs are not the traditional midfielders that would play for a big club. They're very good players, but those are not midfielders that you would find in big clubs. Because in big clubs, number one, you need players that have the comfort on the ball. You need players who are, okay, maybe not tactical, because even those players are tactical, but there's certain elements that you need to say this is a big midfield player, like personality. You know what I mean? So for me, there's certain players that they have at Kaizer Chiefs where I'm like, for me, how you build Kaizer Chiefs to being again a strong team is if they're going to be a system team, they need to know that that strategy might take them longer. Because for you to build a system, you are doing what Mamelodi Sundowns is doing, which might take longer. But if they want to take the strategy and the policy for how Orlando Pirates has built this club, if Orlando Pirates before Joseph Zimbawa, after winning the MTN 8, go and look at that lineup, Orlando Pirates, and tell me you would see the tactical progression and the evolution that has happened at Orlando Pirates. And I feel like Kaizer Chiefs is in that boat. The next Kaizer Chiefs needs to also accept that they've made a couple of mistakes. Big clubs do. We do. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes myself.
Happens all the time. Yeah.
For sure. Even in business, people make mistakes. But the decision they make now needs to be a defining decision. Because the coach that comes in now, I believe they do have the players, personally, but they are not players that can be there in the next 5 years. But those are players that can bring them closer to, we find our next Relay, we find our next Mbogazi, we can find our next team. These are the players to bring them there.
So we get Mang as a coach.
So for me, I'll tell you Gigamang as a coach. But for me, I don't know if I'm landing properly here. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is the players that they have at Kaizer Chiefs are the right players to build a foundation. Those are the players to build it. You need hard workers. You need players abangana pride. You need players who are going to sacrifice themselves. And I feel that some of those players in that squad have that character. They've got that ability. And then how they progress from that is now no longer about quality and who's available. It's about bringing in players that will fit into what they are working on now. Special players that can decide the game, players that will take the ceiling raisers. Because now they are building a team. They're in the construction phase. And we all need to understand that Kaizer Chiefs is in a construction phase. A good season for me at Kaizer Chiefs is between 4 and 6. And for me, that is successful. If they pick up a domestic trophy and they reach position 4 position for me at Kaizer Chiefs is very successful. And that's how I choose to look at Kaizer Chiefs. I choose to judge them for who they are. And at this moment in time, in their project, they are in their construction phase. They are still building a team. We need to allow them to build a football club. We allowed Orlando Pirates to build a football club. Now they won the Nedbank Cup. Don't tell me how they won it. Orlando Pirates won the MTN 8 and Zimbabwe as well. And that was the beginning of good things. And I feel that Kaizer Chiefs, right now, how they started the season very well, in my opinion. Losing against this Kukune wasn't a big hoo-ha. I'm not expecting Kaizer Chiefs to win every football game. I'm expecting them to have inconsistencies because they are building a football club. They're in the construction phase. But the tactical progression, the tactical evolution of the team, the club, is something that we need to see that. The biggest positive thing that you see at Pirates is they are not winning the league, but they've got the biggest confidence. Is because of two things: tactical evolution, club evolution. And for me, those two things have brought what Uhoje brought to Pirates. He's brought soul to the club.
Yeah.
He's brought the ability of fans wanting to go to the stadium and expecting a win, a result. Kaizer Chiefs doesn't have that, and they need to build that first.
You know what? I just want to. It's always bothered me. Ne? People always look at the players that Sundowns sign. We always speak after the fact. So we always say, but they've got the best players. But we never look at the player that Khuliso Mndau was when he came from
Yep.
Black Leopards
Yep.
and the player
Yes.
that he becomes
Yes.
after 5 years, right? We never look at Tebza. Has always been good. But I don't care, guys. Tebza was not like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was not like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Ronwen Ramtava.
Yeah.
Ronwen has always been good. Ronwen is not like this, right? What worries me most about Kaizer Chiefs, and maybe, I mean, I'm saying this because I listen to most of these legends, even European guys, right? And one thing they always talk about, you listen to Rio Ferdinand, you listen to all these guys, they talk about standards. They talk about walking into the Man United dressing room. Rooney says, or if you play Man United, before the fans, before Sir Alex, I looked at those guys, Gavona gigs, Gavona skulls. That's the standard. And I need to, right?
Yeah.
And what worries me about Kaizer Chiefs, because I don't think the Kaizer Chiefs management is doing such a bad job. Because we're looking after the
Yeah.
fact. We keep
Yeah.
saying they're not signing good players. But the reality is players arrive at Chiefs at a certain level, but they don't progress. In fact, and I can't put my finger on it. Think of the centre back. No.
Yeah.
Think of Mteto at Stellies. There's a reason why Chiefs signed Mteto.
Dupreez.
Think of Dupreez. And do you think maybe as part of this building process that you're talking about, do you think maybe they need to also look at that, like building, going back to having standards at Kaizer
I think
Chiefs?
that's, you are going into the detail of the evolutions that
Is
I'm
it,
talking
but it's
about.
part of it.
It's part of that. The evolution that I'm talking about is exactly that.
Okay.
Like those are the things that still need to happen at Kaizer Chiefs. And that's why I'm speaking about team evolution, tactical evolution. And I think what else as well? I think I spoke about something else. I think people would pick it up. But those are things that we need to accept at Kaizer Chiefs. Exactly those words to say, I'm coming into a dressing room and I'm saying, this team has done really well. I need to come here. These boys have standards. So now every player that comes into Kaizer Chiefs, they're coming into a team that hasn't done well for a very long time. Who holds the standards? So they first need to build that first. You understand? Now you come to Orlando Pirates, you know that and that's why also Abombogazi, they can come in and fit, because Orlando Pirates has already built that. You can see even on the bench, Magu coach, Magu water break, Osbis is speaking to Mbogazi, and you can see that they're holding each other accountable. Umbata goes to Metro FM and he tells Apolis and the players that he was with them in an interview after winning the MTN8, and he says to them, they know why we brought them with Pirate. It's not management, it's the player.
It's the player.
He's saying, Umbata, we brought them here. He's saying we brought them here so they can help us win. That's the stand. That tells you.
Guys, I think something also, an element that is maybe not as highlighted. You spoke about the players and the standards dropping, and it's a trend. We've seen it for a number of years at Kaizer Chiefs. But going forward, in terms of the signings that the team is making in this progression and this evolution, like for any team anywhere in the world, playing for a mid-table team versus playing for a big club is not the same thing. So the character of the players that they need to sign going forward, because that's where the standards start. I can be a good player playing go Baroka or wherever, ne? But once I don that Kaizer Chiefs jersey, that's a different animal altogether. It's very heavy. So if personality-wise, I'm not ready for that, whether it's not even a physical thing, because football, dog, it's a confidence game, right? You can have Kauchaila no Lindo Umnate, you become a different player compared to dressing room. No, Baba saying. So hopefully going forward, they'll be able to get some of those decisions right in terms of the players that they need to bring into the team. Because trust me, I'm not a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, but I want to see a strong Kaizer Chiefs.
And there's one player in particular, just sorry, and
Yeah.
we've spent a lot of time on this, but because I say this because there's one player in particular that I'm worried about. I guess Celo Tsebabolo.
Celo mnati njalo.
Celo mnati.
Celo mnati
But I look
njalo.
at Celo when he arrived at Chiefs. I look at his performances.
What's the problem though?
He's not going to the next level the way Etebza did when he went
Is
to
it
Pirates.
the midfield configuration
Tactical
or
evolution.
yeah?
It goes back to that conversation again.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to happen at the club. But now, we can't, and this is the thing, right? We can't also be influenced too much by fans in our conversation. And that's sometimes that leads us to these conversations. I feel like these conversations are necessary because they come from a fan, which a fan has its role in football. And we also can't make fans jump, and then we also want to jump. We need to allow fans to be fans. And fans speak from that particular, they've got their own voice, an incredible voice in football. And we need to allow them to have that voice into football. But also there's a different voice of experts, of technocrats, of football analysts that I think is also plays its role, but it's also not as important as the coaches and the analysts and the technical directors, but everybody has its own. And I just feel like, for me personally, Kaizer Chiefs fans are playing their role by demanding on the players. I just feel like sometimes we, as the people, not me in particular, I'm speaking about people,
the community,
the community,
Football community. Yeah.
we can't not say we don't understand what Kaizer Chiefs is going through. I sometimes don't understand. Yes, maybe it's a long time, it's a big institution, but the last 2 seasons, right? The last 2 seasons, Kaizer Chiefs, okay, maybe not the last 2 seasons, I'm contradicting myself. This season in particular, Kaizer Chiefs, there's a lot of positives than negative in my opinion, except the fact that Nabi might be leaving his position. Other than that, there's so many positives. There's so many positives. And for me, I'm running away from the fact that we can't bring fandom conversation into how we help the club. You know what I mean? So for me, when I'm looking at Thabo Mphelo, I'm seeing and I'm watching his game and I'm thinking he's played in Europe, he's got the best coaching over the years. What he needs now is a player evolution, is a tactical evolution, is a team evolution. He's an exceptional football player. And so many of them are. For me, Mfundo Vilakazi is one of the best in the country in terms of we have Mpho.
Yeah.
He's a very good football player in my opinion.
I agree. I think
Lilepo,
that boy plays in a team that's doing well. You'll probably see the best of it. Yeah.
Lilepo is a threat.
Lilepo is good, yeah.
Khanyisa Mayo,
Proper
good player.
striker. Yeah.
Russian Dukli, the left centre back, very good football player.
Quality, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Umshini, but that's another thing with Umshini. Kaizer Chiefs, they do have these players. But they've been stagnant for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mawukhuluma nento as a Kaizer Chiefs, uzibuza one player, because I love asking football players, because I've never really, angina-throwing ku-PSL. So I love engaging with football players. One ntwana omnandi ejimini. There's ntwana azikhala ngomshini, nkosi iphile ngqo. They say he's super.
Do you remember when that boy came through?
They
When he broke through, and he's another example. Just did not take that, the way Rele did, the way.
But I think
It's just not happening, and it's frustrating.
I think Pep, you've got it spot on there. I think it's an evolution and a team thing, because it's very easy when the team is doing well to see Rele doing well. But if you take Rele and you put him in the Chiefs side right now, the performances might not be the performances we're seeing,
Because he's not coming into a team that's doing as well.
Settled combinations and all of those types of things. So I think that's where the problem is, and I hope in the next couple of transfer windows, we'll see that evolution.
Imagine a Kaizer Chiefs and number 10 of Mfundo Vilakazi. Mpho on the left, Lilepo on the right, Khanyisa Mayo up top, Thabo Mphelo, and they bring in Touch Mabaso, Tulani Mabaso, development player left footer. They bring in that boy into midfield next to Thabo Mphelo. They've got Russian Tutlu, gives them the balance of the left footer. They've got Miguel, okay, even though I just feel like I said he's impressed me this season, but I think they can. I think we've seen some incredible centre backs in this country. We do, for sure. There are 1,000. You counted them, so they are there. Right back, I think they've got Umonyane in that
Nyani's
space.
good, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, like him a lot. And then left back, I think they can always find solutions there. It's not a bad team.
It's not a bad team at all.
It's not a
Yeah,
bad
it's not
team.
a
It's not a bad team at all.
You get Ricardo Goss to be the goalkeeper of that team.
They should be
How do
able
you
to
see
give us
the team
something.
now? Give the team time to progress.
Yeah.
Give that team time to evolve. The creativity, the intelligence, the vision, Kamfundo Vilakazi, playing him closer to the box, the speed, ikrach, the technique, Kamtu Shabalala, the threat, the technical ability, Kalilepo, the intelligence, the focus, the reference, Kakanyisamayo, the creativity, Katulani Touch Mabaso, as well as the stability, keeping the shape, the structure, Sakatabo Pele,
Yeah.
the shape. What Miguel has is character. He understands the dark side of football. You've got the clean, neat Russian Dudley, the two full backs. You can rotate.
Rakaspana ke yona, ni?
Rakaspana,
Rakaspana, Joe, Rakaspana, yeah.
Bakar something.
Because we've been speaking for 2 hours.
Actually, no ways. It hasn't been 2 hours. It's been
I'm enjoying
almost.
It's
Guys, you know what?
I'm enjoying this.
and I think I was thinking to myself that, bro, I really enjoyed this conversation, and I think there's so much insight and there's so much transfer of knowledge that happened here. Nanjaga, you know how I feel about you. I think you are top level.
Thank you very much.
When we went to school today, that's why most of the time now I was just quiet.
I feel like I spoke a lot, but
But also, you know why? And I've said this to you before. I've always said, Ore, there's much more to Pep. It's just every time he speaks, I feel like he's pressed for time and he needs to take all his thoughts and, So, but yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this.
This was an insightful conversation. Pep, I hope we can do this again, man.
We will, definitely.
You were supposed to leave like about an hour ago.
Yeah.
And you didn't. Thank you for that. I appreciate you and respect you so much. Between the two of us, we both have respect for you. And I know you feel the same about the show. You've said that. Thank you, my brother. I mean, I don't know if I think regrets in chat.
Regrets. Just say hi to Nkulego, my brother.
And Kaizer Chiefs will play today. I know you're gonna see you later.
Yeah.
Good luck. I mean, I hope you have a kickers show on the other side of Diski TV also there. You coming back?
I can promise your viewers. Can promise your viewers this. You will see me here.
Fully. Danko, thank you. And it's a wrap. Shout out. Oh, wait. Hey, Chen Skalibalang Bulang Dipe, Lokilibudita last time. You must like, you must subscribe, you must follow. You know, dog, I keep saying this. We get so many views. You're speaking about, we get like Boma 70, Boma Bakaika. Mara, subscribe to the channel. What is wrong?
Yeah.
Bulang Dipe, Lujo.
Yeah. Okay. And click on that Sourcefin link, guys.
Oh, yeah. Click on that Sourcefin link. Bulang Dipe, Lozal Narito Betabele. Dango.
Danko. Beautiful show.